So what do you do when your O-arm door is stuck in the closed position? Most people's first instinct is to go to the MDS, grab the socket wrench out, and start manually cranking the door open. But a far better solution is to use the system's emergency door override button. This feature will allow you to open the door under the system's own power. It's much faster and you're much less likely to damage anything on the system. Here's how it works. First, you need to press the emergency door override button. Then, on the pendant, you're going to want to push the door closed button. The system is repurposing this button for the opening of the door because it's assuming that the door open button is no longer functioning the way it's supposed to. It's much faster than manually cranking the door open, but far less likely to damage any components. You've tried the emergency door override button, the doors are not opening, and your O-arm doors are still stuck in the closed position. What do? You need to go to the MVS, retrieve your rotor alignment tool and your socket wrench, and then you can come over to the other side here, and we can use these portholes to access the mechanics that we need to get this door open. They're all covered with these black protective caps. Step number 1 is going to be removing these caps so you can gain access to the cavity inside. Once here, you notice we have a few different places we can put tools into. Number 1, this is your rotor alignment hole. This is very important. The door cannot be manually opened if the rotor is not in its home position, and that's what this tool is for. You're going to depress the button on the back to open the bearings and stick it right in the hole. If it doesn't go in, that means the door is not ready to be manually opened. You need to look inside, and you're going to see a green or an orange color. That tells you which direction you need to move the rotor before you can open the door. If you go down here, you see we have an icon of arrows going around the rotor. This means that this is going to move the rotor. There's also a green and an orange arrow. Whatever color you see in this hole up here tells you which direction you need to move the rotor. In this case, it's green, so we need to crank in this direction. What we're going to be doing is looking for the hole to show up as we move the rotor around. Once you see the hole, we're going to use our rotor alignment tool again to see if we're actually in the home position. Almost. Yeah. There we go. The rotor is now in the home position as confirmed by the pin. Next step, we remove this. We're going to take our socket wrench and go to the number 2 hole. You can see the icon here indicates that this is the control for the door, and this will cause us to open it up if we rotate in this direction. Same socket size, plug it in, and slowly start cranking, and your doors will break apart, and then eventually start rolling up and over the O. It's going to take a lot of cranks, so you want to stay persistent with it. Pay attention to what you're doing, go nice and steady, and eventually you'll have your door totally open. With these tools, you can manually open the rotor with these tools.
I heard it as you do it. I was like, oh no.